Hey guys, welcome back, and today we will be continuing algebra. So sometimes it is necessary to group terms together when they cannot be added or subtracted. So we can achieve this by grouping through distributive law, using brackets and all of that. So let's go. Let's say we have a plus b x. We can rearrange this by saying x a plus b, because multiplication is commutative and it is saying x times all of this here. Now what we do is whatever is on the outside we multiply by each element inside the bracket. So that would give you ax plus bx, where a and b are real numbers like 1, 2, and 3, and x is a variable. We have 5x plus y. That would give us 5 times x and 5 times y. So it is 5x, we pay attention to the sign, 5y. Let's say we have 5x minus 2y. So it is 3 times this, which is, we multiply the numbers, remember the coefficients, so 3 times 5 gives you 15, and you have the x, the sign, then you have 3 times 2, which is 6y here. Let's say we have minus 7a plus b. Now pay attention, a negative times a positive gives you a negative, so it is negative 7a. A negative times a positive again gives you negative 7b. Let's say we have minus 8, 3a minus 2b. So again, minus 8 times this gives you negative 24a. A negative times a negative gives you a positive. So you have to pay attention to the signs. So that gives us positive 16b. So if you pay attention to these examples, you can see if the term on the outside of the brackets is positive, then the signs of the terms inside the brackets are unchanged. But if the term on the outside is negative, then the signs of the terms inside the brackets are all changed. Let's say we have 5x minus 2y minus 4x minus 3y. So first thing first, we expand the bracket. So 8 times 5x gives you 40x. So pay attention to the sign outside. So positive times negative, minus 16y. Then negative 3 times that there, we get minus 12x. Negative 3 times negative 3y gives you positive 9y. Now what we do is we group like terms. So the 40x, this here, this, and this. So 40x minus 12x minus 16y plus 9y. So now remember, when the bases are the same and the powers are the same, we can add or subtract the like terms. So 40x minus 12x gives you 28x, and minus 16y plus 9y gives you minus 7y. Remember, you owe 16 and you pay 9, so that means you still owe 7. Let's try one more. 3x plus y plus y. So it is 3x plus 3y plus 5x plus 5y. So we group the like terms. 3x plus 5x, 3y plus 5y. So we get 8x plus 8y. Let's say we have 3x times x squared minus 1 plus 2x squared times x plus 4, and we are told to simplify this. So again, it's 3x times this here. So 3x times x squared gives you 3x cubed. Remember, when you're multiplying and the bases are the same, you add the powers. Then it is 3x times minus 1. So it is minus 3x. So it's 2x squared times this gives us 2x cubed, and 2x times this gives you 8x squared. So now we group the like terms, and remember, we order it in terms of the power. So the cube would come first, then the square, then the 1 power, then we continue. So it is 3x cubed plus 2x cubed, and we get 5x cubed plus 8x squared minus 3x. And that's the answer there, which combines two numbers to produce a third number. So let's say we have x star y is equal to 2x plus 3y. This star here is just a symbol. It doesn't represent multiplication or anything. It's just a symbol. You could have a triangle. You could have a circle in the same position. So let's say we wanted to find 4 star 5. If you wanted to find this, you realize that x is where 4 is and y is where 5 is. So all you're going to do is substitute x for 4 and y for 5 here. So it is 2 times 4 plus 3 times 5. That's 2 4s 8 plus 15, and that gives us 23. Let's say for this same question, we wanted to find 4 star 5 star 6, like this. So what this is saying is you need to first find what is 4 star 5, but we just found 4 star 5, which was 23. So that's saying 23 star 6. Now remember we had x star y equal 2x plus 3y. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the 23 star 6 like this. That means x is 23 and y is 6. So all we're going to do now is substitute x for 23 and y for 6. So that's 46 plus 18, which gives you 64. Let's say we had a star b is equal to a squared plus b, and we want to find 3 star 5. Positioning, a is 3, b is 5. So it is 3 squared plus 5. 3 squared is 9 plus 5 gives you 14. Let's say for this same question we wanted to find 3 star 5 star 2. We just found 3 star 5, which was 14. Now it is 14 star 2. Again, it was a star b is equal to a squared plus b. So 14 star 2. So here's 14 squared is 196 plus 2. That gives you 198. So now we're going to factorize using distributive law. Again, remember ax plus ay is equal to ax plus y. This is because you look what is common between both terms and you factor that out and you write what is left. So let's try an example. Let's say we have 5x plus 5y. If we look, we realize that 5 is common between both of these. So we put the 5 on the outside. We write the bracket. What is left here? X. The sign that is there, the plus sign. And what is left here, which is y. Let's try another example. Let's say we had 25x minus 10. The first thing you're going to do, what is common between 25 and 10? 5. So we put the 5 here. 5 goes into 25 5 times, so we have 5x remaining. So 5x is remaining. 5 goes into 10 2 times. So the sign, we have the 2. Let's say we have 10x cubed y squared plus 5x squared y to the 5 minus 15xy cubed. First thing first, we look for the highest common factor. So the highest common factor between the coefficients 10, 5, and 15. So we put the 5 here. The highest common factor of the x's is x to the 1 power. The highest common factor for the y's is y squared. So you look to see what is the highest common factor among all of these. So now that we have the highest common factor, we put the bracket and we're going to divide. And we're going to divide these by the highest common factor. So this is going to be divided by 5xy squared. This will be divided by the same thing. And this will be divided by the same thing. So 5 here, that goes 2 times. This is cancelled here. This leaves x squared. The y squares are cancelled here. So that leaves 2x squared. The 5's are cancelled here. The x here is cancelled. And this x is cancelled, leaving 1x here. Y squared is cancelled, leaving y cubed. So we have xy cubed. Then we have 5 into 5. 5 into that goes 3. So remember the sign there. We have minus 3. X is cancelled the x. Y2 cancels here. And we have y left here. So it is 3y. Let's try this question here. R squared s over 9p minus r cubed s4 over 3p cubed plus r4 s5 q over 27p squared. So the first thing we need to do, look at the r's. The highest power of the r's are squared, so that is the highest common factor. For the s's, it is just s. For the q's, only one term, which is this term over here, has q, so that means we cannot use q. Then we have to do between the 9, the 3, and the 27. The highest common factor is 3. Between the p's, the highest common factor is p. So now what we have left in the numerator here is just 1. And for here, we know that 3 times 3 gives you 9, so that would be 3 here. So if you were to multiply this 1/3 by what is on the outside of the bracket, you would get back what we started with here. So now we have r s cubed over p squared. So if you multiply this portion by this here, you get back this here. So now we're going to do the last term. So it is plus r squared s to the 4 q, 3 9s 27, so 9 and p.